Hi there, this is Nicky Horne at the BBC in London with classic tracks, and fasten your seatbelts because this week we'll be pushing the pedal to the metal with 5 high-octane live recordings from the Cars. Coming up, a live performance of Since You're Gone from their final tour, so stick with us.
For acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, nothing's faster or more effective than Alka-Seltzer.
Get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
Use only as directed.
Ordering. 1 strawberry shortcake, please.
Chew on this. This year, you'll probably eat more than 5 pounds of strawberries. In fact, they're the #1 dessert fruit in the country.
2 strawberry tarts, whipped cream.
Now, chew on this. Trident has a terrific new flavor. Refreshing new strawberry breeze. Don't forget, chewing Trident after meals can actually help you fight cavities. And now it comes in one of your favorite fruit tastes. So when you can't brush, chew on this. New Trident Strawberry Breeze.
The Cars' history dates back to 1972, when founding members Rick Ocasek and Benjamin Orr met at a party in Ohio. By the end of the night, they'd somehow found themselves in a room full of musical instruments and started a jam session that lasted till the small hours in the morning. Within a week, they'd formed their first band together and were soon on their way to Boston. Rick and Ben played the Boston club circuit as members of various bands for about a year and a half. Along the way, they hooked up with Greg Hawkes and Elliot Easton, and when Dave Robinson came on board, the Cars lineup was complete. The group's unique sound helped pave the way for a whole new genre of music in the late 70s and 80s, new wave. Their music was a hit with the critics and earned the Cars a string of platinum albums, including 1981's Shake It Up. And here's one of the songs from that album, recorded live in 1987 at one of the band's last ever shows. Well, now that they're gone, today's classic track takes on a whole new meaning. Since You're Gone. Since You're Gone, the Cars recorded live in Columbia, Missouri at one of their last concert dates in 1987. And join us tomorrow when we cruise through another slice of Cars history and find out how the band got its first big break. For Classic Tracks at the BBC in London, I'm Nicky Horne. Hi there, this is Nicky Horne at the BBC in London with Classic Tracks. This week, shifting our transmission into high gear for a journey with the Cars. So get in, sit down and hold on tight. It's touch and go right after this.
Everybody hates to eat and run, they'd rather take it slow. But the way this life is going, you gotta grab your food and go. And when all that running around catches up with you and that, get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast. For acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, nothing's faster or more effective than Alka-Seltzer. Get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
Only as directed.
Ordering. 1 strawberry shortcake, please.
Chew on this. This year, you'll probably eat more than 5 pounds of strawberries. In fact, they're the #1 dessert fruit in the country.
2 strawberry tarts, whipped cream.
Now, chew on this. Trident has a terrific new flavor. Refreshing new strawberry breeze. Don't forget, chewing Trident after meals can actually help you fight cavities. And now, it comes in one of your favorite fruit tastes. So when you can't brush, chew on this. New Trident Strawberry Breeze.
Boston, 1976. A band called Cap and Swing changes its name to the Cars and sets out to make its mark on the music scene. They began playing regularly at Boston clubs, often stealing actual road signs to use as props for their stage show. Their cutting-edge style quickly generated a word-of-mouth following, and they helped spread the buzz by creating their own posters and car-shaped pins. Soon they were sending homemade demos to Boston radio stations. And then it happened. They were given a shot at opening for Bob Seger at Boston's Music Hall. Their performance that night earned them a standing ovation and rave reviews. Soon those homemade demos became the most requested songs on Boston's rock radio stations, and in 1977 the band signed a contract with Elektra Records. Today's classic track comes from the Cars' third album, the 1980 platinum-selling Panorama, and it's a song they say deals with troubled relationships. So, recorded live in 1984 at the Summit in Houston, Texas, this is the Cars with Touch and Go. Touch and Go. The Cars recorded live in 1984, and we'll be back tomorrow with another stop on our musical journey with the Cars on Classic Tracks. At the BBC in London, I'm Nicky Horne. Classic Tracks. Hi, I'm Nicky Horne at the BBC in London with another instalment of our week-long look at the music of the Cars. And there's a dangerous type on his way, right after this.
Great summer times from Visa.
There's an island getaway that you won't find in the middle of an ocean, but right here in Middle America. The island is Mackinac, home of Michigan's Grand Hotel, where the only cars are the four-legged variety and the smell of homemade fudge fills the air. So leave your worries on the mainland and bring your Visa card, because at the Grand Hotel they'll pick you up in a horse-drawn carriage, but they won't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
It's summer, and you know what that means. California summer peaches and nectarines.
When you want a bite of something fresh and light, do the right thing.
The California summer fruit steak.
There's still time to enjoy fresh California peaches and nectarines, so visit your grocer and do the right
It
thing.
happens once a year, so get 'em while they're here and do the right thing.
Brought to you by the growers of California summer fruits.
The Cars' self-titled debut was released in 1978 and produced 5 huge rock radio hits, which made 1979 a great year for the band and a very difficult one. Their first album earned them a Grammy nomination for Best New Artist, while the readers of Rolling Stone, Cream, Circus and Performance magazine voted them the Best New Band of the Year. Meanwhile, the Cars were in a Los Angeles recording studio working on album number 2. But when Candy O was finished, they experienced firsthand the frustrations of the music industry. The band, anxious to get the new album on the streets and go on tour, had to wait. The record company refused to put Candy O out until the first album had run its course. 2 months later, Candy O was finally released to millions of fans eager for new Cars music, and the album shot up to number 3 on the US album charts, much higher than the first, which never made it above number 18. Today's classic track comes from Candy O, recorded live in Columbia, Missouri in 1987. Here's Dangerous Type. Dangerous Time, recorded live on the Cars' final tour in December 1987. And join us tomorrow when we'll be rolling out some more classic cars out of the garage. At the BBC in London, I'm Nicky Horne. For Classic Tracks, this is Nicky Horne at the BBC in London. Today we continue our week-long look at the Cars, a band that offered irony and wit as standard equipment. Coming up, one of their very first hits, The Good Times Are Gonna Roll, right after this.
Ordering. 1 strawberry shortcake, please.
Chew on this. This year, you'll probably eat more than 5 pounds of strawberries. In fact, they're the #1 dessert fruit in the country.
2 strawberry tarts, whipped cream.
Now, chew on this. Trident has a terrific new flavor, refreshing new strawberry breeze. Don't forget, chewing Trident after meals can actually help you fight cavities. And now it comes in one of your favorite fruit tastes. So when you can't brush, chew on this, new Trident Strawberry Breeze.
It's summer, and you know what that means. California summer peaches and nectarines.
When you want a bite of something fresh and light, do the right thing.
The California summer fruits day.
There's still time to enjoy fresh California peaches and nectarines, so visit your grocer and do the right
It
thing.
happens once a year, so get 'em while they're here and do the right thing.
Brought to you by the growers of California summer fruits.
The Cars' debut album introduced the world to the songs of Rick Ocasek, who composed virtually all of the band's material and co-wrote the rest. A self-possessed loner who once quipped, "Despair is my middle name," Rick wrote enigmatic songs that often blended dark themes of loneliness and alienation with tight, catchy melodies. This odd combination often earned the band criticism for sounding cool and detached, but that had little effect on their popularity. The song many Cars fans first heard was Good Times Roll, the first track on side 1 of the first album. In it, Rick's writing sets the tone of things to come. On the surface, the song's title may suggest themes of fun and revelry, but closer inspection of the lyrics reveals a darker, puzzling examination whether the good times he sings about really are any good at all. Well, judging from the crowd's response at the summit in Houston, though, the good times were indeed rolling when the Cars played today's classic track. From 1984, here's Good Times Roll.
Let the good times roll. Let 'em knock you around. Let the good times roll. Good times roll.
One of the Cars' earliest and best-known hits, Good Times Roll, recorded live in Houston in 1984. Tomorrow we'll take the Cars out for one last spin on classic tracks, so join me then. At the BBC in London, I'm Nicky Horne. Hi, this is Nicky Horne with Classic Tracks, and our week-long ride with the Cars has almost reached the end of the road. Coming up next, a superb song from the band's first album, which found the Cars driving on the left. Stay tuned for My Best Friend's Girl, right after this.
Great summer times from Visa.
Up in the Florida Panhandle and just off Panama City Beach, there's a place where they don't just come for the sun and the sand, they come for the sauce. It's Pineapple Willie's Barbecue, where the ribs are cooked for hours, eaten in minutes, and worthy of seconds. So if you go, get ready to really dig in and dig out your Visa card. Because at Pineapple Willie's, they'll give you a bucket of baby backs, but they can't spare a rib with American Express. Visa, this summer, it's everywhere you want to be.
It's summer, and you know what that means. California summer peaches and nectarines.
When you want a bite of something fresh and light, do the right thing.
The California summer fruits day.
There's still time to enjoy fresh California peaches and nectarines, so visit your grocer and do the right
It
thing.
happens once a year, so get 'em everything.
Brought to you by the growers of California summer fruits.
By the time the Cars had signed to a major label, they'd spent a couple of years playing gigs in and around the Boston area. So when it was time to record their debut album, they decided they'd like a change of scenery. When their producer Roy Thomas Baker tracked them down and said he wanted to begin working with them immediately, they said fine, as long as they could do it in London. The band flew here in January 1978 and flourished in the new environment. They finished the album in just 14 days, and the recording session captured an intensity that helped make the self-titled album one of the most successful debuts in rock history. The second single issued from the album was My Best Friend's Girl, and perhaps as a special souvenir for the country where the song was recorded, the band released it as England's very first commercially available picture disc, and it promptly shot up to number 3 on the British charts. So, recorded live in America in 1987, here are the Cars with My Best Friend's Girl.
Always dancing down the street.
Recorded live in Columbia, Missouri, that's My Best Friend's Girl, wrapping up our week-long joyride with the Cars. And be sure to join us next week when we feature 5 live recordings of your favourite guitar heroes. Until then, at the BBC in London for Classic Tracks, I'm Nicky Horne.